Welcome to another edition of Mark's Inspiration. We're out here in my beautiful front yard with the fountain flowing. I love to hear that sound, and I have my special guest today, Henry Daniels, my son. And we're going to talk about simpery and being an alpha, or lack of a better, being a man with women and being a simp with women. Which one works the best? Contrary to what society tells us about being nice to women, if you watch the previous interview with my daughter, she'll tell you straight up she doesn't like nice guys. And most women don't like nice guys. They're not attracted to them. So we're going to go here with Henry and see what he has to say about what his experience was with being what they call nowadays a blue pill male, which in my days was a weak man, and what they call an alpha male, which in my day was considered a player or a stronger man. And Henry, tell us what your experience has been.
Well, my experience has been anytime I talk with more confidence, being, I guess, more of a red pill. When I talk to any women, they treat me with more respect. Like, for example, my girlfriend, or one of my girls, I guess I would say, Bailey, she treats me with respect when I act more of a red pill. Now, blue pill men are always apologetic, they're softer, they feel weak anytime they stand up for themselves. And I've known a few people who are more soft, and they're considered blue pill. Now, me as a red pill, I don't let any women disrespect me at all. And anytime now I let them vocalize what they feel like they have to say, but at the same time I don't let them disrespect me. Like for example, the other night when I was having dinner with one of my girls, she said thank you to the waitress for me, and I could tell it was for me. I did not accept that. I told her, I was like, don't say thank you for me. I'll say thank you when I want to say thank you. And I did not accept that. I stand up for myself as a man. So pretty much I don't let any women treat me with disrespect. And that's what you have to do as a red pill, as an alpha male. But yeah.
Well, tell me about your experience, because you weren't always this type of man.
Yeah.
This is something. Tell me about your experience as what they call now a blue pill.
Well, as a blue
or
pill,
a weaker man, or a man that's trying to be nice to your woman and treat her with respect and buy her flowers and give her what she wants and always being there for her.
Well, when I was with one of my girls, my girlfriend, we were going strong 2 years, as some would say, and eventually it got to where, like I said in one of the last videos, she got comfortable, started disrespecting me.
Tell me how she disrespected you that brought you to the point where you knew you needed to do something different.
So it started with, I was nice to her all the time, I was reliable, I was there all the time, like she expected, and how I was taught in society. You should be reliable, treat them good, take them out, all kinds of things. And when I did that, she disrespected me by talking back to me, asking me pretty much what am I gonna do about it, when she was running her mouth. And I stood up for myself, and even when I stood up for myself, I told her to leave. She wouldn't leave. She would not listen to me. She continued to disrespect me and say, what are you going to do about it?
But this didn't happen overnight.
No.
It got to this over a period of time. How did it get to that point where you actually had to say, look, you need to leave?
Well, it got like that overnight. It happened every single day because I continued to let her disrespect me in small ways that I didn't realize she was doing. Like I said, for example, when I went out to dinner with her the other night, and she thanked the waitress for me. It'd be different because the waitress was serving me.
Now, before you wouldn't have checked her on that. You wouldn't.
I wouldn't have said, because I wouldn't have thought of anything of it. Exactly.
It's
because
these little tests
it's
that
little
you
things,
don't that you miss. It brings it to a point like that if you don't pass those tests.
And on another thing too, when we were together, I continued to deny multiple women. Now, it's not wrong to want somebody specifically, but they have to have that competition anxiety, as you've taught me as well. And when you don't have that and you continue to make them your number one or your main focus, they become unattractive
Right.
completely.
Right.
And the thing is, you don't realize it's happening. Like you told me, the frog and the boiling pie. You know,
There's a frog analogy. If you throw a frog in boiling water, he will jump out. But if you put him in the water and turn the heat on and slowly heat it up, he will boil to death. It's the same way with women. They start out with these subtle tests, and you really don't even notice it. For example, you want to go out to eat, and you want to go to McDonald's, and she says, I don't want to go to McDonald's. I want to go to Burger King. And you think, I don't care. All right, let's go to Burger King. You failed that test. You should have went to McDonald's, and if you wanted to, you could have said, well, okay, we'll go to McDonald's this time, and next time we can go to Burger King. You don't even notice these things, and women don't do these things consciously, but every time you give in to that or you don't pass the test, it weakens you in their eyes. They see you as less of a catch. Your value drops in their eyes because you're easily persuaded.
exactly. And over time, it's hard to notice if you don't know what you've been taught. I noticed after we had broken up, and
In retrospect.
yeah, exactly. After we had some distance, I realized how, I guess, weak I had gotten with changing my decisions to favor her. And as a man, you think with reason and logic, and you want to be, you want to compromise, you want to go in their
Exactly.
favor. But when it comes to women, if you want to have their respect, and women stay with men that they respect, you want to, you continue to compromise, and you do the best you can to negotiate, as some would say.
Exactly, yeah.
But it doesn't work. Women respect men who have a solid decision and who don't change their mind because their girlfriend wants them to.
They want a man who leads
Yeah.
the relationship.
Exactly.
They don't actually want to be in a partnership. They want to be in someone to lead them.
Lead them, exactly. And I've realized that over the past, I'm going to say about, I think 3 months or 4 months about, that once I start leading my girl, she respects me more. She does more things for me, and she goes out of her way.
And she actually loves you more.
Yeah, exactly.
Because respect has to precede love.
Yeah.
With no respect, there is no love. You have to respect someone before you can love them.
Yeah, exactly.
And actually, speak of the devil, here comes his
Yeah.
steady girl right now.
Yep. The one who respects me and continues to go out of her way to
Exactly.
do more things for me. But I remember letting it get to the point where she was running her mouth at me and pretty much saying, "What are you going to do about it?" without saying it, And fortunately for me, I stood up for myself when I did. Otherwise, it would get to the point where some of these beta males are at, where the woman is screwing around on them and disrespecting them and laughing in their face and saying rude things,
Well, tell me, what do you see the problem is? Just a minute.
Just a minute.
We have a dog growling there. Are they out here? Just hang on. We'll try this again. So what do you see the problem is? I mean, there are a lot of men out there who don't know how to treat women. What do you think, when you're out, you run around a lot with your friends, you go to parties. He was at a party last
That's
night.
not it.
What do you see is that why don't they know these things? Tell me what you think the reason it is that there are so many guys out there that think that being nice to a girl is what they want.
Well, society has taught most men that being the nice guy and being reliable and treating them good is the way to get women. And because society is mainly based off of women nowadays, because men have let women take control of it.
Exactly.
But most guys, they treat these women nice, and what these women do is they go out and screw every other guy who isn't them, who isn't the beta male simp, who's going to be there the next day and being like, oh, it's okay, I'm going to be here for you. And most of the time, the reason this happens is because these beta males grown up with women. And women tell them, well, you need to treat this woman nice, and you need to give them this and that, because that's how they feel they should be treated. But when it comes down to the man who's going around screwing on them, not being reliable, they end up staying with that man because he's strong, because he has a strong will.
He portrays the strength that the weak, the beta males don't have.
Yeah, exactly.
So the idea that a beta male, a provider, is the kind of man a woman wants is really not true. She's not
Yeah.
attracted to that
She
type of woman.
feels like that's what she wants because maybe in her certain circumstance, her man's cheating on her and not being loyal to her, but she stays with that man.
Exactly.
And she feels like she wants somebody who is going to be loyal, who's going to be there for her 24/7. But once she gets that man, she's bored.
Yeah.
There's no mystery.
Exactly.
And that's what happened with me.
Yeah.
You know, there was no mystery. There's no excitement. There's no, anything.
Right. Right.
Mhm.
Okay, well, that's all we have time for today. You heard it from the horse's mouth here. A man who's out there in the fields experiencing it for himself. And I hope this has been of value to you. Thanks for joining me. We will have more to come. Have a great evening.